It's 3 a.m. and your baby has been crying for 20 minutes straight. You've tried everything: feeding, changing, rocking, but nothing works. There's actually one technique that works almost instantly because of how your baby's brain is wired. The technique that works almost instantly is called the 5 S's method. It was developed by an American pediatrician, Harvey Karp, and it mimics the calming womb-like sensations through 5 specific steps: swaddle, side stomach position, shush, swing, and suck. This method activates your baby's innate calming reflex, which acts like their inborn off switch for crying and switch for sleep. Step 1. Swaddling. Wrap your baby like a mini burrito with their arms snug and straight at their sides, but let their hips be loose and flexed. This recreates the gentle hug and security of the womb, which increases sleep and decreases the startle reflex where baby's flailing arms can wake them up. Step 2. Side stomach position. Hold your baby on their tummy or side, lay them over your shoulder or across your forearm with your hand supporting their head. This activates a calming mechanism that soothes their rattled system. Remember, when your baby has calmed down, place them on their back for sleep time. Step 3. Shushing. Match the volume of your shushing to the volume of your baby's cry, then as they begin to settle, turn your shushing down. The womb is very noisy and sounds like a vacuum cleaner, so babies respond well to this familiar sound. Step 4. Swinging. Use faster, tiny motions to soothe a crying infant mid-squawk, support your baby's head and neck, keep your motions small, and move no more than 1 inch back and forth. Rock slowly for a baby who's already calm, but use a faster pace for a baby who's already yelling. Step 5. Sucking. Sucking is the icing on the cake of calming. Many fussy babies relax into deep tranquility when they suck because it lowers their heart rate, blood pressure, and stress levels. But here's what's actually happening inside your baby's body when you use the 5 S's method. The vagus nerve is the longest and most influential nerve in the autonomic nervous system. It starts in the brainstem and travels through the neck to connect with major organs like the heart, lungs, stomach, and intestines. Think of it as your baby's built-in chill-out button that controls their entire nervous system. When your baby is crying, their nervous system gets stuck in fight or flight mode, flooding their tiny body with stress hormones. But each of the 5 S's directly activates different pathways of the vagus nerve. The swaddling creates gentle pressure that activates the vagus nerve through deep pressure, helping your child return to a state of calm. The side position and swinging motion help organize sensory input and soothe the nervous system by mimicking the movement they felt in the womb. The shushing sound works because the vagus nerve runs through the vocal cords, so activities like humming, singing, or even chanting can help stimulate it, and your baby's brain recognizes these vibrations as familiar and safe. Finally, the sucking motion is perhaps the most powerful because the sucking motion places the tongue on the roof of the mouth in precisely the position that stimulates the vagus nerve. It is their built-in system for calming themselves. This light stimulation helps release calming neurotransmitters, slows the heart rate, reduces stress hormones, and even improves digestion and sleep. This is why babies instinctively suck even when they're not hungry. Babies are born knowing how to self-soothe this way. Have you ever tried the sucking technique with your baby when they're crying, maybe offering a pacifier or letting them suck on your finger? Comment your answer below. Now let's explore why this method works so powerfully on a neurological level. When your baby is in full-blown crying mode, their nervous system is flooded with stress hormones and stuck in fight or flight overdrive. Most parents instinctively reach for gentle rocking or soft shushing, but these well-meaning attempts often fall short because they're not intense enough to break through that distressed state. Think about it this way: the key is to make the sound louder than your baby's cries initially, then gradually soften it as they settle down. That gentle whisper quiet, "Shh, you've been trying?" It's like trying to get someone's attention at a rock concert by whispering their name from across the room. The shushing often needs to be as loud as they're crying to be effective. The womb is filled with the constant, loud sounds of blood flow. It's actually louder than a vacuum cleaner running constantly. Your baby spent 9 months in this incredibly noisy environment, so that soft, gentle shushing doesn't register at all when they're upset. The same principle applies to movement. Most parents use slow, gentle rocking when their baby is already calm. When your baby is crying, you need faster, smaller movements, about 1 inch back and forth, to match their agitated state and then gradually slow down as they settle. It's like meeting them where they are emotionally and then guiding them to a calmer place, rather than expecting them to jump from hysteria to calm in one gentle motion. The 5 S's method works because it matches your baby's intensity first, then gradually de-escalates. That's the difference between what you've tried and what actually breaks through. The method works best for babies from birth until they show signs of rolling over, typically between 2 to 4 months, though each S has its own specific guidelines you need to follow. For swaddling, use a thin blanket and ensure it's not too tight around the hips. The arms should be secured, but the legs need room to move in a natural hip-healthy position. Always place swaddled babies on their backs for sleep, and lastly, stop swaddling when your baby shows signs of rolling over, typically between 2 to 4 months, or earlier if they consistently break free. The side stomach position is incredibly effective for calming, but here's the crucial safety rule: this position is only for when you're actively holding and soothing your baby. It triggers the calming reflex but should never be used for sleep time. You must always supervise your baby in these positions and return them to their back for sleeping. Timing matters just as much as technique. If your baby is already in full-blown crying mode, start with the intensity that matches their distress level, then gradually dial it down. Slow rocking keeps quiet babies calm, but faster, tiny motions soothe a crying infant mid-squawk. Support your baby's head and neck, keep your motions small, and move no more than 1 inch back and forth. For pacifiers, if you're breastfeeding, wait until breastfeeding is well established, typically around 3 to 4 weeks of age. Formula-fed babies can start using a pacifier from birth if desired. If the 5 S's don't work immediately, don't panic. Some babies need a combination of techniques, and a few need time to respond. Try pairing 2 or 3 S's together, and remember that even partial soothing is progress. Your baby's crying isn't just communication, it's a powerful indicator of healthy brain development. Crying serves as a biological signal of an infant's health and emotions, and the fact that your baby cries when they're uncomfortable means their nervous system is working exactly as it should. Crying is your baby's only tool for expressing needs beyond basic physical contact. A newborn's brain is wired to be hypersensitive to discomfort during these early months. The part of your baby's brain that registers and processes touch is already well developed at birth. It has to be because physical contact is essential to survival. The crying response is equally developed and active because it's their primary survival mechanism. When something feels wrong, their brain immediately signals distress through crying, and this rapid response system is exactly what kept human babies alive throughout evolution. What feels like a minor temperature change or fabric texture to you can genuinely overwhelm your baby's developing nervous system. A baby isn't being dramatic when they cry over what seems small to an adult. Their sensory experience is fundamentally different from yours. Their brain is designed to register and respond to discomfort with urgency because that sensitivity kept infants alive. This is why the 5 S's method works so effectively. It doesn't just quiet your baby, it actually helps organize their overwhelmed nervous system and teaches them that they're safe. Every time you successfully calm your crying baby, you're not just solving an immediate problem, you're literally helping wire their brain for security and emotional regulation that will benefit them for life. Subscribe for more research-backed parenting techniques that actually work.